Woman,
Yeah.
let's not get into this.
Yeah, let's not get into it. Because I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
I put the light
I'll
off.
take you to some place.
Yeah,
where
do
they
that.
love the running a train on you right now.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of your phone and nobody will see you.
All right,
Nobody
good.
that you know and love will see you again.
Good. Like literally, why are you talking like this? Are you that kind of person?
Don't test. Hi TikTok people. This is Chadley Wade. This is my side of the story to the one that's going viral now with the altercation between me and that girl. Anyways, I don't do social media. I don't do TikTok. I watch TikToks, but I won't post. I won't ever post. It's not for me. I don't like being out there. So I'm a very private person. I don't do this. But obviously, due to things going viral and people saying all these things about me, I have to come out and say my side of the story, because after all, there is two sides of the story to every story. Anyways, I'm an Uber black driver. I picked up a Uber Go trip because I was low on fuel and I didn't have any money. I decided to take a Uber Go trip, which was paying a decent amount. It was paying something like 280 Rand from yours truly in Kloof Street to Fishhoek. And when I picked up this lady, she got into the car very wonky. I asked her what was wrong. She looked like she was hurt. So I asked her what was wrong. And then she told me just before she requested for this ride, she got ran over by a car. Not actually ran over, but a car drove over her foot. And she was hurt. Anyways, after she told me all of that, I asked her, ma'am, could you do me a favor? Because I wanted to ask her if she couldn't give me the money, because right next to yours truly basically is a engine garage. It's like 2 doors away. There's an engine garage there. I wanted to ask her for the money so that we can go and put in fuel. But anyways, when I asked her, ma'am, could you do me a favor? So she told me, no, I'm not a tourist. Don't ask me for favors. I'm not a tourist. Anyways, that conversation died down after like 3 minutes of speaking. And then I drove towards Fishhoek, obviously, down the M3. Once we got to around Muizenberg area, it picked up again. So it was quiet all the way down. This woman was saying that there was threats going on for a half an hour or more. I'm just pointing that out. When we got to Muizenberg, so she put on a flash, and you must remember this is like 12:30 at night, PM. Sorry, yeah, AM. Anyways, yeah, she put on a flash, and the flash was basically blinding me. I couldn't really see. And then I told her, ma'am, can you please put off the flash because it's distracting me. And then she went on yapping, being disrespectful, being childish, being rude, bluntly rude. And I told her, you know what, ma'am, you've been disrespectful since I picked you up. Since we started this trip, you've been disrespectful. I haven't been disrespectful to you once. And perhaps this is supposed to happen to you, where the car drove over your foot. Perhaps that's supposed to happen to you, because bad things happens to bad people. And it continued. And then I also told her that if it was anybody else, this would have gone very wrong. It would have gone worse. It would have gone way worse if it was anybody else. And yeah, so she said, what would you do if you were like other person? What would you do? And then I told her that I would possibly, this is just a scenario that popped in my head at this time. And I told her that I would take you to a place. Remember this, she's been ticking me off now. So now I'm heated. Like you can actually hear in the video, like my voice, my stem was dik gemaak. So I told her that I would take her to some place where guys wouldn't mind running a train on her, and also I would get rid of a phone so that the family can't track her, or nobody can track her, and nobody she knows and loves would get to see her after that. That is what I told her. So it wasn't as if I was giving her a direct threat. It was just me speaking about the scenario, how bad things happens to bad people. That is all it is. This was the snippet that she did there. She edited that video, so like cut that video to where it seems as if I gave her a direct threat, which was not the case. Which was not the case. I'm an Uber driver for almost 3 years now. Nothing like this happened before. Nothing like this happened before. So yeah, I think this was just a case of racism, and also this was also a case where I don't think anybody put this lady on a place like I did. So she couldn't cry, and that is all it is. That is my side of the story. By the way, I'm not showing my face because my face wasn't shown in the previous video that she posted, so I don't feel it's necessary.
Yo guys, I never make videos like this, but I watched this response video from the Uber driver who made some very bad statements towards one of his female passengers. This is not okay, and more men need to speak out against behavior like this. How can you tell a woman, just because she now said she don't want to give you the cash before the trip so you can put in petrol, she doesn't have to give you the cash, firstly. Secondly, she's a woman, bro. Make her feel safe. Don't make her feel like, you know, like that, unsafe. Don't make her feel like that. And how is that a scenario that pops in your head so easily? That's not normal at all. Nou imagine gou, sy boek 'n Uber net, sy boek 'n Uber Black of 'n Comfort, sy boek 'n Uber vir jou ma. En iemand wat so dink, tel jou ma op. Nice, mister. Is dit jokie? Is baie serious. So yeah, Owens, I know, you know, you don't want to take away somebody's bread and butter, but bro, this is messed up, and I had to make a video about this because I don't think enough people are speaking about it. Like, we need to have the same energy for the Milnerton, like we had for the Milnerton people, the Milnerton boys, the same energy for this, because this is messed up. Like, just because somebody doesn't want to give you the cash, now you say you're gonna get them gang raped, huh? It's a gangster. Wow, sister girl. Wow. Nah, but ons movie soon. En kyk, it's almost festive, so you know it's gonna get busy. This guy shouldn't be on this app thinking like that. Now both of them need counseling. He needs counseling to figure out what's going on with him, and she needs counseling for that trauma, because like as a woman, imagine hearing that. You must scared the whole time after that. No matter what, there's no need for that type of extreme. And I know a lot of people is now gonna maybe say, Clay, don't get him. Nah, we must get involved. This is messed up. At the end of the day, like, yo, it could have been your mom, people. Can be anybody's mommy or girlfriend, you know, or wife. Nah, it's not on.
What woman taking a Uber late at night is gonna ask a random man, what would you do if you were a bad person? Like, does that make any sense? You driving alone with the Uber driver at night and you ask him, what would you do if you were such a bad person? That doesn't even sound normal. And then you want to tell me that this was a random scenario that just popped into your head. I'm not surprised at the men that believed this Shirley Wade. I'm not surprised, because I expect very little from men in this country, you know. But the woman that was saying shame, I believe him, and all of that, I'm very worried. I'm very worried, because it's like really this kind of behavior, this believing this absolute rubbish that makes men get to the point where they can use murder and rape as a threat to women, the threat of violence, and makes you think that is okay, that is now that justifies your anger. His story makes absolutely no sense at all. 6 minutes of utter rubbish bullshit. It doesn't make any sense what he's saying. I don't believe it for a second. Even when he started talking, saying this girl, and when he says yapping, and there's just like certain cues that you can just tell, that this man doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect women. Like, there's just certain cues, and you know what I'm talking about when you listen to his response, his explanation, and then at the end of the video that the lady posted, he did say, "Don't try me or don't test me." So now that we know his explanation, I'm waiting for a follow-up where someone can just tell him that this is not actually, a threat. The threat of violence to a woman that disrespected you is not okay. That's not how you respond as an adult to situations that anger you. It's not normal. It's not a normal response. And I feel like men in this country don't get that. They don't get that. And that the comments underneath that video just shows why it's gotten to the point where it is now, why we have this issue of femicide in our country, because we don't tell men that what you're actually doing is unhinged and wrong and murderous. I don't know what it is that we do, but the comments underneath that video are just not okay.
How safe are these Uber rides, especially for women in South Africa? So long story short, she says she'd cut on the lights in the car and the driver took it as some sort of disrespect. That part is not really clear why. And she recorded him saying these heinous stuff. He will take her somewhere where she's going to be raped. If you know, you know. And she says in the end, she had to pretend like she was on the phone with her friend just to feel safe. And this went on for about half an hour. Now you can go and look her up. This is her name on TikTok over here. And she does expose the driver's name. She says his name is Chadley and he drives a white BMW 3 Series. And this is the number plate. So for any woman taking an Uber out there in Cape Town, be wary of this information because the guy simply sounds unhinged and dangerous.